What up, y'all? Locks and Load firearm reviews here today. All right. Hopefully you guys like this shirt. You can pick this shirt up on the LocsNLoad website, the Armed Black Family. All right. This is what a racist or tyrannical government fears the worst. Right here. This is what they don't want. All right. So today's video, y'all, is on chest rigs versus LBEs versus battle jackets. Which one should you get as a civilian? All right, so I'm just gonna make it short and tell you, I can't tell you what to get. It's up to you. So this is just a consideration, which is why it says considerations at the bottom. These are just things for you to take into consideration before you go out and buy things, or take a look at your kit now and see, does this kit suit my needs, or does this kit only fit a certain amount of needs? So, because again, as civilians, we are not the military, we're not law enforcement, we're not even security like that. So we do not have a supply chain of shit. So if you lose that rifle, you lose that backpack, you lose that plate carrier, you're just kind of SOL. You can't just call up the supply guy and have the same plate carrier sent to you, right? Everything is funded by you. So if we're in a time where we can't get shit, you can't just go on the internet and buy shit, you're gonna have to come up with shit somehow. So basically, I want to make this video to help you guys find that one kit that can really help you with as many things as possible. And so it's on gear today. Last time I did guns, wants versus needs and all that. So now we're talking about gear, chest rigs, battle jackets, LBEs. All right, so we'll start with LBEs, load bearing equipment. Now, if you've ever seen a Vietnam War movie, a Gulf War movie, or maybe the initial invasion of Iraq, you look at the gear that a lot of the soldiers have. You got the straps coming across the shoulders. You got the magazine pouches on their belt line, canteens, other pouches, a butt pack, right? You look at that, that's an LBE. Now, the LBE was really designed to help sustain the soldier, because during those times when you're going to Vietnam, those soldiers were going to Vietnam, even in the Gulf War, even like during the beginning invasions of Iraq, we did not have the response times that we do now, that we got to enjoy, like 2010, 2012, the 14, and everything else, where you had helos that could get to you within 2 hours, or you could have a plane fly by and drop supplies, or get a QRF within minutes or an hour or so, right? Back in the day in Vietnam, when soldiers go out, they was out there. They were just out there for days, weeks, however long, and they needed all the equipment on their person to help sustain them for that and that long duration out in the field. And so that's where the LBE comes in. No, LBE is good. It has a lot of pros, and there's also cons with it. Now, carrying that much sustainment gear, fighting gear, everything you need to help you live in the woods for, let's say, 30 days, right? They go out on a mission, they're not coming back for the next 30 days. How much gear would you have to carry on you to survive for 30 days? All the gunfights, food, water, fighting off the insects, starting fires, stuff like that. It's getting sleep. So with LBEs, you're able to carry all that stuff on you, but one, it adds a lot of bulk because you got a lot of these big pouches on you, right? It's good for the woods, but once you start getting into like rural areas, the CQB, all that big bulk starts to get in the way. Now, it's doable, don't get me wrong. You can definitely do it because soldiers have done it for years. It's just, it's not the most advantageous thing to have for that particular scenario. But like I said, you step out into the woods, you start rucking, and LBE might be the thing that you need. Now, me personally, I don't use LBEs. I had an LBE, I was building it out, and because at the time I thought this is what I wanted. But building it out, having all these extra pouches on that I didn't really need on my person that I could honestly put in my rucksack, it wasn't what I wanted. But for you, it might be what you want. You just gotta look at the pros and cons of it, right? Me personally, I like to carry a pistol. You can carry a pistol on LBE, but it's not the most advantageous thing. LBE is kind of like the move and shift, because it's not like a two-piece belt that's kind of just stuck to your hips. If you don't have like the LBEs with like the little rubber insoles on those one-piece belts to help it from sliding around so much, it'll move, right? So your pistol might be here, your pistol might be there. And the way the LBE is designed, let me see if I can fix this. So the way the LBE is designed is that it sits low on your hips right here. So if you want to have a pistol, trying to get like a mid-ride, you can, but it's still kind of iffy, right? So people go for a drop leg. I don't like the drop leg holsters because that will flop around. Now I got my LB flopping, I got my pistol flopping. That's a lot of things moving on me that I don't like. Now again, not an expert, this is just a guy with a camera and an opinion. This is my experience with LBEs and why I don't really like them as much as I thought I did, but you might be different. So no, if you're an LBE guy, I want you to put down in the comment section why you choose an LBE. But these are just my reasons of why. No, just things to consider. LBE will sit lower on your hip line. So if you're looking to carry a pistol, you might have to find some ways to do it. And if you do have a pistol on the actual LBE, now that's just space that you have to make sure that the pistol is clear and you can get to it. So that means less pouches on your actual LBE, right? Because this whole side has to be open and clear for your pistol and you can get a good draw. So you can't really have two big pouches here. So this whole side not is eliminated, but that pistol really takes up a lot of space on your LBE. So that's again another reason why I don't use my LBE like how I want it to, because when I put my pistol on, I was like, well, damn, like this whole side, basically this whole side over here is just for my pistol. Even though there's space and molly for me to use, I can't because the pouch would interfere with my draw. So, you know, just things to consider. If you're not a pistol, if you're one of those people who's like, I don't need a pistol, you know, I'm ex-military infantry, we didn't have a pistol, I don't need a pistol, then cool, LBE might be your ticket. All right, so moving on. Chest rigs. Now, this is my preferred way of carrying my equipment, chest rigs. So chest rigs, just like the name, is a rig that sits on your chest. Now, it can sit high up on the chest or it can sit lower on the chest, but it's still somewhere on the chest body, not on your hip line. Right? I've seen some people do that. No, that's your kit, do what you want, but chest rigs are meant to be wear on your chip. It's called a chest rig, not a hip rig. So chest rigs do not allow you to carry as much equipment or sustainment that an LBE does, but it allows you to carry, all the things you need. You can still carry a full combat loadout of ammunition. You can still carry medical, you can still carry communications. If you ask me, it's a bit more well balanced, I guess, because LBE is all this right on your hip line. The chest rig just sitting on your chest, I kind of like it. It feels like there's not so much weight on my body, but again, this is just me. But then again, you're not carrying as much in your chest rig as you would in the LBE. So, but one thing I like about chest rigs, you can do this LBE, throw it over a plate carrier, but chest rigs are really kind of more efficient for that. So if I'm going into a situation, let's say, no, we're rucking. No, we got a ruck on. I'm not gonna have a plate carrier for a ruck. I'm gonna just have a chest rig, right? Keep myself well ventilated, don't over exhaust myself, right? Put everything I need in my rucksack. We're gonna walk to our objective. Once we get there, we drop the rucks. You know, if you need your assault pack, cool, pull your assault pack out, pull out your plate carrier, put on your plate carrier, throw your chest rig over the plate carrier. Right? The plate carrier doesn't have to have shit on it, it just has to have plates. And the chest rig goes over, assists onto the plate carrier, and now it's just like if you had a plate carrier that was fitted out with all your kit. Right? So I like that about chest rigs. And then it sits at a place that, you know, if you have to go draw your mags, it's right there, just like how you train. So you don't have to do too much, and it still gives you that ability to, have a chest rig, or have a chest rig and a plate carrier, or just gives you more versatility, and it doesn't weigh as much. That's the other thing. LBEs can get heavy, especially if you're gonna load it down, guys, because that's what you guys are gonna do. You're gonna put a whole bunch of ammo, you're gonna put water in there, you're gonna put communication in there, you're gonna put all this food, all this sustainment gear, you're gonna have land nav, you're gonna have cooking stuff, you're gonna have water filtration stuff. Like, you're gonna have a whole bunch of shit on that LBE, right? And if you're carrying the LBE, right? No, you drop your rug, you drop your plate carrier, you still have all that shit just kind of sitting on you, right? All that weight. And so that's not what I want. But with chest rig, the weight, it doesn't weigh as much. You don't have as much weight sitting on your body. All right. But again, just my opinion, just a guy with a camera. Don't take it to heart, guys, right? So I'm a fan of chest rigs. Some people be like, oh, you need more ammo. Just because you see the social media micro chest rigs does not mean that's all chest rigs. You can get chest rigs that allow you to carry 6, 7, 8 plus magazines, right? If you look at the Spirit Systems 34 Alpha, they have the 2 mags in the back, and you get a spud pouch, and so you could have dual mag. So that's 8 magazines on a split chest rig. And you can still have room on the side for the mutant pouches, so you can have radio, GP pouches for your nods, land nav, stuff like that. And then you can have your tourniquet pouches on the side, or still have a medical pouch. So it allows you to carry everything you need to sustain the fight, right? LBE is really meant for, to sustain the fight and sustain yourself. The chest rig is really meant for the fight. Now, you can put sustainment stuff on there, but it's really meant just for the fight. All that sustainment stuff goes into your rucksack, right, when you're carrying a chest rig. At least, again, in my philosophy, right? Where was I going? And also, too, having a chest rig allows me to wear a battle belt. Since the chest rig and everything's up here, it leaves my hip line open, so now I can have a battle belt, like I said, because I like to carry a pistol, so I can have a pistol, my pistol mags, and then carry extra rifle mags on my pistol belt as well. And then I got my rucksack, because with a chest rig, the back is usually open, there's nothing there, and so you can throw a backpack over that easily, or like in a rucksack easily. So now you can carry all your sustainment gear in the rucksack, you carry all your fighting equipment on your chest and on your belt. And then at the same time, it gives you the versatility. Like, you pull up on objective. All right, cool. Take off the chest rig, put the plate carrier on, put the chest rig on. All right. Hey, we're going for a ruck march. All right. Take off the pistol belt if you don't want to. If you don't want it on, take off the pistol belt, take off the plate carrier, put it in your rucksack, walk around with your chest rig and your rifle. All right. So I like that about chest rigs, because it gives you the versatility to add and to take away and adjust to the mission hand at set. Once you get an LBE, you just got all that shit on you. So if you're gonna make an assault, you're gonna make an assault with all that shit. If you're gonna go rucking, you're gonna go rucking with all that shit. If you're gonna go crawl on the ground, you're gonna crawl on the ground with all that shit. That's just, again, my philosophy and why I don't really gravitate towards an LBE. All right, so lastly, number 3, a battle jacket. Now, this one I haven't had too much experience with personally, but I've done research on them, and like the most common battle jacket that most people really come to mind is the South African battle jacket. I can't remember it's got like a number for it. I don't want to say it and be wrong, but everyone knows the South African battle jacket. I put up a picture of it, what it looks like. Now, these battle jackets are like a hybrid of a LBE and a chest rig, because if you look at it, it kind of does what both of them do in just like a larger platform, right? LBEs, the weight is basically maintained with the straps on your shoulders and around your hips. Now with the chest rig, it's mostly just sitting right here on your shoulders and on your chest. That's what's supporting most of the weight, right, with the chest rig. But with battle jacket, it's like your whole torso is like supporting weight, because again, you got equipment on your shoulders coming down, you got equipment on your chest, you got equipment right here around your hips. And so it allows you to carry almost just as much stuff as an LBE. Probably not as much, but more than a chest rig. So it's like right in that middle. And reason why like South Africans were using the battle jacket, not like just chest rigs and LBE, even though they use those things, the battle jacket was the most like notable thing. And they made it for what they were doing. Because again, they're not going out conducting like Vietnam-esque missions, like 30, 40 days out there type shit. They might be out there for a few days, so they need some type of sustainment, but they're not gonna be out there that long, right? But at the same time, they need to carry, their ammunition and everything else. So it's like a hybrid between LBE and a chest rig. Because if you look at it, on the back of those battle jackets, they got that little pouch on there. It's like a backpack. Then you got all these other pouches for radios, ammunition, medical, other sustainment gear. So I don't want to get too much into battle jackets, because again, I'm not very well versed on them. I've seen them, but again, battle jackets, a lot of the battle jackets I've seen, again, mainly focusing on the South African battle jacket, is that, you look at the pouches and they hang low, right? Because again, it's your whole torso, and some of the pouches hang low. And it really gets in the way if you want to carry a pistol belt, right? And so that's one of the reasons I didn't like it. I like the look of it, yeah, but I like to carry a pistol and have my pistol belt, and so those pouches being in the way of that, I was just like, nah, I'm good. I've seen pictures where people, like, they'll put the pistol in the pouch and put a flap over the pistol. I didn't think that was, I mean, granted it could be secure, but I think it is not as secure as like a Safariland holster with active retention, right? So that's just my philosophy. You know, you don't have to adopt what I want or what I do. This is just considerations for you if you're just building out your gear. No, LBEs, chest rigs, battle jackets. These are things you're gonna see, you know, when you're doing your research, looking for some type of way to carry your ammunition, equipment, you know, on your upper body, right? So hopefully this video was helpful. Hopefully it was educational. Again, it's not very real in-depth, but then if you guys are asking these questions, if I went too in-depth, it would kind of confuse you. So I just want to keep it short and simple. LBEs allow you to carry a lot of shit on your hip line, all right? Chest rigs let you carry a substantial amount of stuff that is up here on your chest, and the battle jackets let you carry not as much LBE, but more than chest rig, and it takes up your whole upper body. All right, so just food for thought. If you like that, make sure you check it out. Make sure you get a shirt. Get a shirt. You know they're gonna be mad when they see this. So that could be you. This could be your family. If it's not your family, do your best to get your family like this. On top of that, make sure you like, comment, subscribe. If you don't, I'm gonna find you. I'm gonna find you. I'm gonna find you. I'm playing. All right, stay dangerous. LocsNLoad out.